Chain Drug Review and Mass Market Retailers Video Forum. Brought to you by the Emerson Group.
Hello everyone, I'm Jeffrey Wold, Editor-in-Chief of Retail Media IQ. Welcome to a special edition of our video forum. We're here in San Diego at the NACDS Total Store Expo, speaking with industry leaders, and we're pleased to have Steve Anderson, President and CEO of NACDS with us. Steve, always good to see you.
Great to be with you, Jeff, thanks.
We have had a dynamic show, we've heard a lot of great information, and much of it is pointed at the future of pharmacy, what that's going to look like. And you spoke about this some yesterday, maybe you could give us a brief recap here.
Oh, absolutely. This is a really exciting time for the industry and by extension NACDS. We're having a confluence of certain events that are taking place in terms of technology, AI, the impact that has on our membership, on pharmacy, and really on the whole store. There's a lot of energy, and I think that theme, the theme of this thing is now new, next. And that's what we're talking about. Where we are now, what's new that we're seeing on the horizon in terms of technology and innovation that's going to provide the next aspect of this. So we're building the kind of industry and the association we want. We're on the trade show floor. I've walked around, talked to a lot of exhibitors, and it's really fascinating to me in terms of how they're embracing this new era of what healthcare is going to look like. And it's going to be driven by technology and innovation and AI from my perspective.
Can you elaborate a little on that? I know you spoke about it and other speakers of the show have talked about AI.
Yeah.
Where do you see the impact on
Well, there's a
healthcare?
lot going on right now. The Trump administration on July 10th announced an initiative that really will bring technology into the whole healthcare ecosystem. And the plan is for pharmacy to play a major role in that, which is a really breaking of the paradigm in terms of the practice of pharmacy. We're having store closures throughout the country, about 4 or 5 a day. And we did some polling that I released yesterday. 97% want policies to make sure pharmacies stay open. And when does 100% of Americans agree on anything in this day and age? So, we've got some great messages that we're having, and just walking the floor, the entrepreneurs around here, I just talked to some of them, and there's 6 of them that I understand are growing 75% a year, which is pretty extraordinary. So we have a lot of new people here, which is good, a lot of entrepreneurs. And I think the show is changing as quickly as the industry is.
And Steve, there's no doubt that AI will impact pharmacy and everything, but as I heard you and other speakers talk, we don't want to lose the human element. That's never going to go away.
Never go away, and that's really the strength of pharmacy. You've seen the numbers. The pharmacists are the most trusted profession in the country. We're the most accessible, with 90% of Americans living within 5 miles of a pharmacy. So you're still, and all these studies that I read, and I read a lot about AI and technology and the impact it's going to have on the industry, that personal contact. You'll never do away with nurses because of that interaction. You'll never do away with pharmacists. And it's probably the one part of the healthcare ecosystem that you can't say that about all of them, And the physician community, you have physician practices that are consolidating and closing. You got hospitals closing, emergency rooms closed when hospitals close. The whole system is stretched. And there's just a unique way of focusing on interoperability and all the other great things that we can do and lead if we're just given the chance. Yep.
There are some challenges, though, certainly, that pharmacy still faces, and you guys spoke a lot about that as well. Maybe you could tell us how you see PBM reform and some of the other legislative and regulatory issues.
Yeah, we've been fighting for PBM reform for quite some time. It took a while to educate Congress what a PBM actually was and how the pharmaceutical supply chain works. When we were working on DIR fees, that became even more complicated for them. But we have made a tremendous impact in just the last couple of years in building support for our PBM reform initiatives, both at the state level where we're having great success, and we were really, really close twice within the last couple months with the continuing resolution. It got knocked out, and then we were in the big, beautiful bill, and that got knocked out as well. But there's some provisions in that big, beautiful bill related to rural health and other initiatives where the government is putting money into that. And that's where pharmacy will play a huge role from my perspective.
And you think there is a possibility we'll get PBM reform
I think
across
we
the
will.
line this
I
year?
think we will. But you know, we get bogged down by this hyper partisanship and this chaos that we have in Washington D.C. And we have the midterms coming up almost immediately, right, next year. And so everybody's positioning themselves for those kind of elections, and that makes it really difficult. But you know, we've got broad bipartisan support on both sides of the aisle in both chambers, in the Senate and House. So if we can get a vote, it'll be passed by a huge margin. And also, the FTC is still investigating the PBMs, and they've been holding a series of industry on reducing drug prices, a joint hearing with the Department of Justice and the FTC, and PBMs are coming up quite a bit in those discussions.
Final question for you, Steve. As I heard you and other industry leaders talk over the last 3 days, it seems that despite all the uncertainty about healthcare and the government policy and such, that maybe this is a moment of opportunity, chaos and opportunity.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Chaos brings about changes in paradigms and those kind of things. But you know, it's not just a pharmacy issue. The whole healthcare system is in trouble. Yeah. And you know, premiums are going up. Out-of-pocket expenses are going up faster than wages. You know, we've got a declining life expectancy in this country. There's just all these pressures that are brought on the system, and it needs to change. We learned that during COVID, how fragmented our healthcare system is, which we always knew, but the American people saw it as well. So I'm very optimistic, very encouraged, and so are our members and the people that are on the floor here. So that's great.
COVID also showed what pharmacy can do and
Absolutely.
how quickly it can respond.
Yeah, that's right. You know, we have this ability to move quickly and to scale quickly. As soon as we got the vaccine, you know, we told the Biden administration we could do 100 million shots in 30 days. When the president wanted to do 100 million shots in 100 days, we finally got the vaccine. And frankly, I think we came out of COVID as quickly as we came in. And that is a direct result of what pharmacy did.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
let's hope our leaders in government remember that lesson.
Well, we will. That's NACDS's role to remind them and to encourage them to take the right action. So
You
that's
guys
good.
definitely will.
Yep.
It's always great to see you, Steve.
Always
Thank
good
you.
to be with you, Jeff. Appreciate all your help.